Give me 1 segundo. I am sharing on the Twitter. Okay. I always type love instead of live, which I am okay with. Okay. So, Andrew is here, but he's on my back end because it's totally my fault. Because I was having like a freak out about something earlier today, and I was like, yeah, we're not doing a show. I have to do a show about something else. But then thankfully that thing didn't happen to be as bad as a thing as I thought the thing was going to be. So I'm going to talk about the thing a little later in the show, but thankfully the thing wasn't like super, super bad. So I just kind of put off the thing to the end of the show. And being Andrew is my buddy and the love of my life, he is still going to help me from the back end with this thing. Correct. Okay. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to see your comment, but I do see some comrades. Whoopty, I believe I just made you a mod finally. It said it added you. I think it added you. If not, I'll try again. And I'm trying to see if I can recognize Abby's. Let me see. I know you guys love the top of my head. Damn it. Blackberry, Tommy John, Vegan Succubus, Whoopty Boo, and I can't see anyone. Logan, M4M4ALL. Who else? Aggravated progressive. Wait, what is that? See, Andrew, you can't highlight stuff because I can't freaking read it. So if it's on the screen, I can't even address it, you dingle.
All right, it says I'm just coming down from shrooms myself. That's what aggravated progressive says. I'm gonna go back now.
No, that's what Andrew is doing. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway. Oh man, whose mom watches the show? Hi, Andrew's mom. Love you. Okay, so tonight we have a few topics that I'm sure others are not talking about because I do get sent screenshots of other people's shows sometimes, and are there some bangers? So tonight we're going to talk about a few things. First, we are going to talk about Jordan Neely, who I hope everyone knows. I would think you would. He's the Black gentleman that was essentially murdered on the subway in New York in a chokehold. And they're trying to say it was mental illness. So it was, people were feeling threatened. So it was justified. Essentially, it wasn't. You can watch the videos. More videos are coming out that shows what happened leading up to it. And I digress a little, but I'm really fucking sick of people complaining about mental health issues and then not fighting for national improved Medicare for all. Because you can complain about mental health all you want, but when people are constantly DMing me that they can afford to go see a therapist and they can afford their medications and they're feeling suicidal, and I have to play therapist because I can't just let it go. But at the same time, I'm just talking as a person. I'm not qualified. So if you really care about mental health and you really care about well-being, then fight for national improved Medicare for all. So people actually have the ability to go see doctors and get medications if that's the route they so choose. And if, that is something that can help them. But just complaining about it is very ableist and really disgusting. So people need to step up and talk about a solution if they're that incensed. This video I saw last night, and I just, as an activist, I love showing things with activists, and this made me feel good. It's sad, but it made me feel good that this shit's happening. So Andrew, if you could smash that play button. So this is something that I found really powerful. It's something that I've only ever seen other countries do, and that's legit block transit. Just block it. So there was a train that was literally stopped because they couldn't get by all the people. It made me nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because maybe it wouldn't stop in time. So there was definitely a lot of risk. These people were putting their lives on the line by doing this. But I think it's badass. And I think the more we take lessons from UK and India and, Paris and things like that, the more we take lessons from them, the further we're going to get. And I know I say that like every day. I know, but it's true because we just sit on our asses as a country. So this is the thing that we need more of. This is the thing. People getting in the way and saying, you know what? I will put my life in danger because I'm going to fight for this. And that's how I truly feel. And that doesn't mean I want to be a martyr or anything, but I truly feel, you know what? I will put my life on the line for things I believe in. Absolutely, without question. I will die on that hill. And every activist I know feels that same way. Because when you're an activist, you are an empath, and you feel like your entire life, it's your duty in your soul to fight for these things. So if I go down, I'm going down fighting, and then so be it. I don't want a funeral, have a party, play some 80s music and celebrate the fact that I was a savage bitch. But yeah, I mean, I love seeing things like this. I think they're so powerful. And, I was looking through the comments, and it was people like, they just want attention. They're blocking people from getting to work, things like this. Look, I get trained. Look, I can't even fucking drive because of my blindness. I rely on public transportation. So I absolutely understand the concern of people saying I couldn't get to work on time, or, I had an appointment I missed or something. I get that. That is a valid concern. But thinking about the bigger picture is that Jordan Neely deserves at least some semblance of justice. And if we're going to get mad about George Floyd, I know that was a policeman, but if we're going to get mad about him being choked to death, we should also be mad about this young man being choked to death. And I'm seeing so many people who are making excuses for his murder are saying the guy was a Marine. Who the fuck cares? I mean, if anything, that to me is like, oh, okay, so he like thinks he's supposed to do force. Like he may have killed other people. So that, I mean, if anything, that's not helping your case. That's just saying like, so he's been around violence. Like he, that, how does that help? That's the whole like, service members are heroes attitude. And to me, using that to try and obfuscate the responsibility that he should be taking is just bullshit. Honestly. And I promise I will read these comments after the show when I get to use my machine thingy. But right now I cannot. Unfortunately, the eyeballs don't work. But Andrew, what do we have next? What's that? Oh, okay.
We got Assange coming up.
Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom.
In particular, I'm curious whether you've been able to talk.
Excuse us, we can't use this day without calling for the freedom of Julian Assange. The Biden... Stop the extradition request for Julian Assange.
2 hours and not one word.
Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy, guys.
Not one word about journalist Shireen Abu Akleh, who was murdered.
So
we're here to celebrate freedom of expression, and we just experienced it. Let me continue, Mr. Secretary, to ask you about Evan Gershkovich and your efforts to get him free. Well, first, in particular, I'm curious whether you've.
So that was that moderator's chance to say, we just saw some freedom of expression. How do you feel about Julian Assange? Like, it's World Press Freedom Day. And when this was taken the other day, and I'm not sure if you remember this, but last year on International Press Freedom Day was a day when Julian's appeal got denied. On International Press Freedom Day. These people don't support journalists, like real journalists. That would have been an enormous platform to actually speak on Julian's behalf. Did they have his brothers or father speak? Of course not. Did they have Stella speak? No. Because they're having a representative speak. So you know that they are not serious. To them, press freedom is like CNN and MSNBC. That it's not real fucking press. So it's depressing. It's like, they use these words, and perhaps even some of the times things may have been good at one point. But like, one of the examples I think of is like the magazine Mother Jones. Like, I kind of think that if Mother Jones were alive, because they post some real shitlib stuff in there. So it's like sometimes things mean well to begin with and get co-opted. And we see that a lot. But yeah, I mean, the one gentleman was yelling, you've been speaking over 2 hours and not one word for Julian Assange. That's so beyond unacceptable. I mean, there is no, to me, there are 3 people who are political prisoners that are, who need to be the top of everyone's list. Julian, Leonard Peltier, and Mumia. These 3 people are political prisoners. They should be not only talked about, highlighted. So, yeah, I mean, this was just a joke. And, props to Medea and that gentleman for having the balls to just go up on stage. More power to him. Somebody needed to say it. Andrew, what else do we have? Oh, this is a video that, oh my God, you guys have to see it. I love this gentleman. Yeah, you have to hear him. It's not playing sound.
The coronation in a week and a half's time. The whole world will watch, and they will see our country at its best, doing what very few places can do. The pomp, the pageantry, the military procession. And it's something to make us all feel proud.
There are plenty of ways to engender national spirit and buttress the economy that don't involve subscription to a controversial hereditary dynasty whose right to rule is still, if I might be allowed to remind you, officially legitimized by the authority of an Anglican God that doesn't exist. I'm sorry, I just can't take this seriously. I understand
You're
why
an
they
atheist anti-monarchy.
I understand why they have to keep up with the crowns and the capes, because without these, who are these people? Nothing more than thin.
Well, I might say the same about you. I mean, who are you, an atheist anti-monarchist, to tell me how this country should be run?
Right. I think
why do you have more rights?
The only qualification a person needs to criticize the head of state is citizenry. Within that state, I'd be quite concerned if you disagreed with that. The moment somebody claims the right to rule over me by birthright, I think I sort of automatically adopt the right to criticize them too.
A shocking new poll says 78% of Britain's young people don't care about the monarchy. Almost 40% of them would even prefer an elected head of state.
You mentioned earlier that the poll was shocking and said that some people would even prefer an elected head of state, as if this is some kind of radical idea.
Well, it is for this country.
What would the alternative be in your eyes that would be better than?
Yeah, we're often told that we don't really have a good alternative to monarchy in this country, but I feel like we're already living it. I'm told, on the one hand, when I complain about the illegitimate influence that the monarchy has over the politics of this country, that they don't really have any power at all. They don't really do anything. They cut a few ribbons here and there, except for the legal and tax exemptions that they have, the influence over the prime minister. Perhaps this is true.
You're missing the point.
Maybe they really don't have the power. But
you're missing the
same token that somehow, if I therefore suggest that we should get rid of them altogether,
no, but I think
they're somehow integral to the upkeep of the political system.
No, they're not.
Royalists seem to want to have their victorious punch cake eaten
argue.
too.
Yes. If I wasn't already married, I would marry that gentleman. Oh, that was punk rock as fuck. I love it. That took fucking balls. Like, seriously. Being a Brit and raging like that, and in such an eloquent way, and so well spoken. Ooh, yes, more of this. But like, let's be honest, we don't have democracy in our country. We don't. We have a facade of it. But think about how it would be to live in a country that doesn't even allow voting. Like, you have a certain bloodstream, so you just get to rule the country. And when you die or retire or whatever, your kin will now take over. I mean, qualifications? What fucking qualifications? There are none. The qualifications are your DNA. And he said the pomp and circumstances. Dude, the way people turned out for the queen was so disgustingly pathetic. Like, who cares? Yeah, her loved ones, I get that. But like, you're being buried with like a gajillion dollars of fucking, rubies and crowns and shit when it could help so many people. And people are lining up for miles to, pay their so-called respects to you when all you did was have a certain bloodline. It's so fucking absurd. And, how is that honestly different than a dictator? I want to know. It's a different name, but dictators install themselves, okay? Monarchies install themselves. So, I mean, it's either way, it's literally not giving people a choice who is elected. That's fucked up. So, yeah, this guy was so fucking right. So right. And I love him for it. Andrew, I think that was the last topic, but I wanted to address something. Or do you want to we'll do the funny afterwards. Okay, so if you follow me on Twitter, you know I have been raging about something today. I've been very upset about something. A lot of you know that myself and M4M4ALL have been working with Congressman Ro Khanna on a medical debt cancellation bill. Now, that we have been working on that for 13 months, so over a year. And the way that started, the catalyst for that was because myself, Ricky, Rance, and Logan traveled from New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania to DC to meet with Ro in his office. We met with him for over an hour. I shared, here, Andrew, let me send you the picture so you can upload that quick so people can see it. Let me see. Oh my God. Ro just messaged me. Hold on. Oh my God. I can't. Hold on. Let me find that picture first. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm going to pee my pants. I am going to pee my fucking pants. Okay. Here. Let me. Andrew, can you share this? I'm sending this. Oh my God. I can't. I'm going to pee my pants. Okay, here. Andrew, where are you? Pee. Okay, here. I'm sending this picture. I'm sending the picture of me and Ricky and Logan with Ro Khanna the day that we met with him in DC when we discussed the medical cancellation bill. Now, when Andrew shares the picture, you'll be able to see I have an insane amount of medical debt in my arms. I thought if we were going to go, I'm going to bring tangibles. So I brought over $15,000 worth of medical debt that I had acquired in 2 years with insurance. And we talked to him for over an hour. And by the time we left, we had agreed that we would work with him on legislation to cancel medical debt. We've been working with him and his team for 13 months. Friday night, Ro DM'd me and said, can you share this? And it was a link to an Our Revolution meeting tonight, like a town hall. And it was Ro addressing the medical debt bill that we've been working on. We were not invited. We were not asked to do anything with it. We were not even told about it, except asked to promote 2 days before it happened. That did not feel good. And I contacted Our Revolution and I was like, yeah, like if there's another space, someone from our team would like to join because we were the catalyst, for this. And, its inception was literally our meeting with him. And they were like, oh, I'm sorry, there are no spaces. The speakers have already been chosen. And I was like, okay, it's not, to me, it's not on them. Like they said we didn't know M4M4ALL had any involvement. That's a problem. That is a huge problem. Because to me and my team, this isn't just about like credit. This is about the fact that we have been working our asses off, and we have been so proud of the fact that a bunch of like a small crew of volunteer activists got legislation being written. Like, this is a big accomplishment. And we felt like it was being taken from us because it's the first time he's announcing it publicly. Like, it's literally the first time he's talking about it. And we were not invited into that process. And the bill wouldn't have even been written if we didn't go meet with him. So, yeah, I mean, that's being slighted. That fucking sucks. So I went on Twitter and I let it be very known how it made me feel. And, Ro DM'd me and he's like, well, first he responded in the comments and he's like, Joy, you're welcome to join any event we ever do. And I'm like, except tonight. And then he DM'd me and he's like, how should I introduce you guys? I'll give you a shout out, which he did. Would he have if we hadn't called him out? I guess we'll never know, but okay. But now I just checked my messages and he asked if I can please address my post that he gave us a shout out so people don't keep getting mad. That just happened live on the air. Like, he just sent that message. Okay, so I'm kind of dying right now. Like, okay, so like the thing about Ro is that he is a people pleaser when it comes to like one-on-one. He does not want anyone mad at him at all. So I knew it was going to get to him that I publicly said something. And now he wants me to like call people off essentially. And he gave us a shout out, so cool. Thank you. I just have a problem with having to basically bombard people to give us a shout out that we obviously deserved. So yeah, this was a really hard day for me. I think the team took it a lot better than I did. But we went to a number of us went to the meeting, and they did have a few great speakers, and who had medical debt and wanted to share their story, which, we support. Those people need to get their stories out there. So thankfully, we weren't like terribly offended by who they had speak. So that was good. But we were still slighted. I mean, any way you look at it, we were slighted. We've been meeting with them for 13 months, and we were literally told last month in a meeting that we would even get to see the legislation before it hits the floor because of our involvement. So that's how involved we've been. So we can see the legislation, but we cannot talk on the town hall about the bill that we were the catalyst of. So yeah, it was upsetting. And I can't read the comments, but I know what people are going to say because I'm getting it on Twitter and it's whatever. Are we surprised? No. Don't ask me, are you surprised? We're not. We don't, none of us have any faith in any current elected rep whatsoever. Like, period. None of them. So no, we are not shocked. The problem is that while we are not shocked, we still put in a fuckload of work. And we still are proud of the fact that we are volunteers who got legislation to be actually culminated and is going to be introduced. That's a huge, huge fucking accomplishment. And because we accomplished that, we should be given credit for that, frankly. So that's what we're upset about. We're upset about being left out. We're upset about being, disregarded when, and Roe even acknowledged this. He even said, you guys were the catalyst to this bill. He even said it, like, if you look at my tweet. So, just being disregarded like that on the very first announcement that it was happening, that sucks. And like I said, no, we're not fucking shocked. Working with politicians, just to break it down for people, working with politicians is not something I enjoy. It does not mean I trust them. It does not mean I even like them. I know when I'm going to an elected official's office or meeting with them online, I know what I'm getting. And so does the rest of the team. We are not foolish. We are not naive. We know what we are getting. But what I'm going to say is that pretty much all of us go at politicians all the time on Twitter. And 99.9% of the time, those reps do not see those comments. We know this. Still feels good, but they don't see it. When you are given an opportunity, especially as a disabled woman with a buttload of medical debt, when you are given an opportunity to sit in a representative's office, essentially one-on-one, and hold them accountable and tell them what you have issues with, it feels fucking awesome. What he does with that afterwards, that's on him. But I still got to go there. I still got to represent. The team still got to go there. They still got to represent. I went in there representing every fucking person I have talked to that is hurting. And we went in there representing every single person who has ever supported us, and even those who didn't. And to turn that down would have been fucking bananas. Anyone, I will meet with anyone. Trump can call me right now and I'll say when and where. Because it's about getting the fucking message. We need national improved Medicare for all. We need it. Period. You're going to talk about it, I'm going to fucking hold you accountable. That's how it fucking works. There were no niceties. There were no hugs. He asked me straight up, Joy, are you going to vote for Biden? And I said, no. Like, this is how, like, it was not a party by any means. It was, look, this is why we're here. This is, we called him out on his wife taking money from, like, all different places. Like, This was a chance for us to go and speak our mind, and we fucking did. And because we held him accountable, there is now legislation, whether we're being given credit outright or not. Now Roe is, because I went off, but the fact of the matter is, if we didn't go meet with him, this legislation would not exist. So no, I don't regret going to meet with him. I'm sure my team doesn't either, because this is legislation that could literally change millions of lives. What is his intention for doing this bill? I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care what his intention is. It to get reelected? I don't fucking care. What the hell do I care? The point is, we're writing in and it's being introduced. That's all I fucking care about. I know politicians' intentions. He's been in office for quite some time. We know what to expect. But to tell people, why'd you bother and go? Well, you know what? If you're ever asked and you want to turn it down, I will gladly go in your fucking place, because it was worth it. It was so fucking worth it. And I remember us leaving. And once we left that office, we talked about it and we said, you know what? Even if nothing happens after today, this felt so fucking good. So be it. Whatever it is, we still have a bill that we're the catalyst for, and it's still going to the floor, and it can help millions of lives. So was it worth an hour and a half of our time to meet with him? I'd do it again in a heartbeat. So there you have it. That's a breakdown. It is what it is. And, I see my team. Let's see. I see some of my teammates in the chat. So I'll be looking forward to reading those comments after the show. Of course, I am not speaking directly for M4M4ALL. I am speaking for myself. But the sentiment is that we're all not happy. Put it that way. But at the end of the day, even though it took me calling him out, he did give us a shout out. He did state the fact that we were the catalyst and etc. So regardless what it took, he did say those things finally, and he did give us several shout outs in the meeting. I recorded it. I'm going to save it. So anyway, if you want to see like all the details and everything, you can go to my tweet. It's kind of blowing up. So yeah, it's been an eventful day. By eventful, I mean, I need a drink. But yeah, thanks to everyone for joining tonight. Thank you to Andrew for at the last minute doing a show with me. Anyway, I love you, boo. And I think Andrew has a funny for everyone. I've been sharing that a lot. It's kind of awesome. So thank you guys so much. I will read your comments as soon as we are off the air. Please smash that like button. Please subscribe to my channel as well, Savage Joy Marie Man. I have a YouTube and Rockfin. And also, as you can see, right, I think, is it up? Yeah, it's up right. Wait. Oh, there we go. Right there. Wait, there. Yeah, there it goes. I think my finger's on it. I'm pretty sure. That's what she said. So M4M4ALL, we are having a National Day of Action, as we have the past few summers. July 22nd, I will be doing a rally and mutual aid in East Palestine, Ohio. Vegan Succubus in the chat. She will be doing one in Vancouver, Washington. And we also have someone doing an online event in Indiana, but of course, other people can join. So we have 3 so far. So we're looking forward to that. We do have a Give, Send, Go. We've raised $115, which is great considering it's still 2.5 months away. But our goal is $1,000 because we have expenses with the rally. And we are trying to do a lot for the people in East Palestine for mutual aid. So it's important. They are literally taking baths with bottled water still. There is no water. Like, stores are empty. Like, they have no water. So one of the things we're going to try to do is bring like so many cases, but also do some other things as well. So yeah, I mean, we being an all volunteer organization, we do need help. Even if it's $3 or something, it helps. And I know the people of East Palestine I've been talking to and interviewing, and they're just so thankful for everything, and for keeping attention on it and bringing attention to it. So yes, anything you could give to the Give, Send, Go. I'm not sure if Vegan put the link, but if not, you can just go to Give, Send, Go and type M4M4ALL East Palestine, and it should come up. So thank you guys again so much. It means so much that you guys tune in to hear my rants and to hear what's going on, especially when I've got my Andrew with me. And also May 24th, Wednesday, we will be doing a little fundraiser type thing. Join me on my channel, Savage Joy Marie Man. We are going to be doing an M4M4ALL fundraiser. It's going to be 80s and 90s film trivia. Woohoo! 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 Yes. Anything 80s I can do. I'm like, yes. And yeah, I'm going to dress up. And y'all should too. And then send our pictures. Send those pictures and we'll put a little M4M4ALL sticker at the bottom. I'm going to break out that fucking side ponytail. I'm going to put leg warmers. I am like, you guys don't even understand. My whole wardrobe is 80s. Literally still. Because my style has never fucking changed. So yeah, it's going down. Like 80s and 90s movies, man. It's going to be trivia night. We're just going to have a blast. Last year we did music trivia and had so much fun. So the Eventbrite link will be coming shortly, but definitely tune in. Even if you can't afford to donate, I encourage everyone to just come in the comments and have fun because we just have such a blast with it. So again, that's May 24th, the Wednesday. Thanks again so much, guys. I will now read your comments. Much